So you're thinking about moving to Oklahoma City, you want new construction, but you still want to stick to your budget? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be showing you 3 different homes in the Oklahoma City area that are all under $500,000. So let's take a look. I'm Katie Kuriakos, your Oklahoma City real estate expert, and I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every single day who are looking to move to the Oklahoma City area. If that sounds like you, be sure to drop down to the description below, and where you'll find my contact information for you to contact me. Whether you're looking to move tomorrow or months from now, across the world, across the country, or maybe just across town, I'm here to make your move to Oklahoma City everything that you want it to be. Okay, so we're at our first house here. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-car garage, 2.5 bath, just under about 2,200 square feet, and it's listed for about $450K. So let's go take a look at this one. We come off of this nice little covered porch here and step right into some hard flooring. It's kind of our wood look tile. As I said, this is a 4-bedroom home. Our first bedroom is right off the front. Now they've designed this to kind of be a flex where it can be a bedroom. It does have a closet space, but also would be a really great office. It's got these great windows that get a lot of natural light, so you could use it however you'd like. I would probably use it for an office as it does have these glass doors. So if you're wanting it for a bedroom, you might need to swap those out for something with a little more privacy. Right on this other side, we have this really nice mud bench and then access to our 2-car garage. Now, if you remember, I said there was 3-car garage. There's actually 2 garages in this one. It's got our 2-car right over on this side, and then we'll look over there. There's gonna be a 3rd car on a separate garage. Now, coming in, we're in this nice long hallway. Off to this side, we have 2 more bedrooms and some bathrooms. Also, there's a ton of closet space right off this main hallway. I counted 1, 2, 3 closets here. Some are traditional coat closets. Some of them are filled with these shelving here. So storage space is definitely maxed out on this one. We also have a nice powder bath right here. So just a toilet and sink. Great spot for guests and just kind of for daily living. And then moving a little bit farther, we have 2 secondary bedrooms with a bathroom in between. It's not a true like Jack and Jill where they're connected. It just sits right in between them. So really good access. Coming into this one, they did the nice crisp white countertops with some black hardware, kind of the black paint on the cabinetry. And then they put a door right here to separate the sink area from the toilet and tub shower combo that they got going on there. So on each side of this bathroom is a bedroom, and these are secondary bedrooms. They have kind of just the creamy white paint, crisp white trim, gray carpet flooring, and a good sized closet on them. So they're just kind of a blank slate where you can do what you'd like with them. So coming back into this main hallway here, on this other side, we have a nice utility room where you can hook up your washer and dryers. And then they did tons of shelving on this side, both up here and down as well. So this is also where that 3rd-car garage comes in. It's kind of separated from the other 2, as you can see. So just a nice little perk there. And then there's a door off to the side yard there. So let's go take a look at the main living areas. We continue out that hard wood look tile flooring. We have a nice fireplace with some tile that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And as you can see, there's some nice beam work that they did up top just to give it a little bit more detail. This flows right into the kitchen, nice big island that kind of joins the 2 spaces. They did some really great cabinetry below the island, so you get some good storage there, which is really nice. Over on this side, we have our built-in microwave, built-in oven, followed by a space for the fridge, and then our good-sized walk-in pantry as well. So going along this side of the kitchen, they did some nice gray cabinetry with some gold hardware, so kind of mixing those cool and warm tones with our built-in gas range. Dishwasher is in the island, and then we kept the gold hardware on the sink, some gold hardware on these nice light fixtures here as well. And then it kind of just goes straight into our dining area. We just have a light fixture and just kind of an open space where you can put your dining table. They put the door to the backyard right here off the dining space. We got some nice in-glass blinds there. And then we get a little bit of a covered patio area with some lights on it, give you some good shade in the evening time. And then just an open space here. As you can see, this one still needs fencing. This is a new construction home, so there are some homes that are still being built right back here, which is just fine. You just kind of, if you buy new construction, sometimes you just have to know that you're gonna have to live in a construction zone just for a little bit. So let's go take a look at the primary suite. That comes off, there's a little hallway that comes off of the living area here. Primary suite is carpeted, just like those secondary bedrooms. Very large space, which is great. This is facing north right now, so you're gonna get some good shade as well. Lots of natural light, but not that direct south sun. And it does have a very large primary bathroom that goes along with it. Lots of good built-in storage space. We have double vanities, and they're kind of separated with this large storage unit, which is really nice. And then we have a walk-in shower right over here. This is a really good space. I always think showers are so hard to catch on video, but this one kind of just curls around into there. You wouldn't even have to put a door on it if you didn't want to. So we do have a separate space for the toilet area for some privacy, and then a free standalone tub that's really nice with a nice glazed window above it there for a little bit of privacy. And then we have our very large primary closet. Stretches back really, really far, tons of shelving, tons of racks. They have the third racking up at the ceiling too. So that's it for our first home. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second one. All right, we're here at the second house. This one is just a smidge smaller. It's right around 2,100 square feet, 440,000. It has 3 beds plus an office space, 2 bathrooms, and 2-car garage. So let's go check it out. We again have our nice covered front porch here. And then we're gonna walk into this front hallway and be greeted right by the office here. They oftentimes like to put these offices right off the front of the home. Gives some really good natural light. And we again have these wood look tile floors, which are really, really nice. Right off the front here, we have 2 secondary bedrooms and a shared bathroom. The bathroom again is separate, just like the other one. It's not connected to any bedroom, so both bedrooms can share this here. Full bathroom, they did some nice crisp white countertops, and then did kind of a unique charcoal looking tile on that shower tub combo. The secondary bedrooms, they're pretty similar size. They have that nice crisp white walls, white trim, and gray carpet flooring again. So just kind of a clean slate for you to do what you'd like there. A lot of these homes also come with these smart thermostats and security system already in place. You just have to, find your provider for that, but they are wired in. This brings us into the nice open kitchen and dining and living room space. They did some really nice built-ins. We have some nice cabinetry down here with some almost like shiplap looking detail in the back with some nice open shelving. They did it on both sides of the fireplace, and then have this really nice stone looking tile here with surrounding the gas fireplace. It goes all the way up to the ceiling, so it's a really nice touch. They again did some cabinet space within the island, so some good storage there. And then the kitchen's just set up just a little bit differently than the other one. Kind of a little bit darker gray, almost like a green gray on the cabinets. We have our fridge right over here that sits right next to our dining room. As you can see, lots of light around that dining space, lots of good windows. We have our built-in microwave. This is kind of a unique touch. A lot of times you'll see the microwave oven kind of stacked, but they kept the microwave separate. With our dishwasher sink, the sink is not in the island like we see a lot of times, but actually sits with a window. So if you're one that likes to look out the window while doing dishes, that's a good option there. And then we have like a gas range oven combo here. And the vent hood, they kind of did a unique touch on that. They did some like wood slats there, and then did the backsplash covering the entire wall all the way up to the ceiling. So kind of some really good touches there, which is really nice. If we go back around to this side, this is where we'll find a pantry here. It's just a little bit off from the kitchen, but still not really that far away. And that leads us right into our utility room. So our washer dryer area with a nice little mud bench, and then goes straight to the garage. So some good use of, I guess, functionality. And then as we go back into our living space, let's go take a look at the primary bedroom as well as the primary bathroom. This is a very large space in our primary bedroom. We have that gray carpet again with the nice crisp white walls. This one has a little bit different of a closet situation. It actually has 2 separate closets. So if you and your spouse are like, I can't share, this is actually a really good option. We have one that sits right in our primary bedroom, kind of stands alone. It is a walk-in. It's really nice, got lots of nice shelving. And then there is another one that actually sits in our primary bathroom. So another one here. They're about, I would say about the same size. Both walk-ins, both really good use of space. So coming into our primary bathroom, again, we have our toilet, our water closet as we call it, the toilet room that get a little bit of privacy. And then we have our double vanities here with some nice wall sconces and this tile that actually goes all the way up to the ceiling, which is really, really nice. Kind of carries that theme that we saw in the kitchen into the bathroom as well. And then some really nice wood grain vanity here. We have the same tile that goes around this tub, and then a separate walk-in shower here. This kind of curls around again, curls all the way around. So you definitely would not need, you could place a door in it, but you wouldn't really need to. And then this bedroom overlooks the backyard. Again, it's kind of the same as the first house where it's nice and sodded with green grass. Doesn't have the fence yet, and there's still some construction happening back there. But that just comes along with new construction. So that kind of concludes our second house. Let's go take a look at the third. All right, we are at our third and final home here in Oklahoma City. This one again sits under $500,000, priced right at $458,000. It is a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, right around 2,200 square feet, and has that 3-car garage. This is going to be very similar to the first house we saw, but some different finishes, different accent type details. So let's go take a look. So coming in off of that covered porch again, like I said, this is going to be very similar to that first home, but what makes it different, just some small tweaks in the layout and big differences in the finishes. So the first one was maybe a little bit more of some warm tones. This one is going to have some cool tones. We come right off into that front bedroom office. There's, excuse the table there, that they probably used this as a model home at one time. But we have that wood look tile again, but what you'll see that's very different is instead of doing the crisp white trim, they did a lot of gray trim, gray doors, just to make it more of cool tones. And then over here in that mud bench, again, went for some more cool tones. It's kind of like a charcoal gray, and that's where our garage goes off of there. So coming in over here, we have again that powder bath that sits right off the front. Really great positioning for that, for guests or for just your daily living. Again, they did the gray doors, gray trim, that you're gonna see that all throughout this house. It's a very cool toned house. We have the bathroom separating 2 secondary bedrooms, crisp white walls, gray trim, gray doors, gray carpet. So a very clean slate, again, for you to design however you'd like. They went with a lot of closet space out here in the hallway, which is really great. And then our utility room here, they kind of did, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's like a grayish blue that they went with their cabinetry. And then on the other side here, we have lots of shelving and space to throw those backpacks, those shoes, everything when you come in. And then this, of course, is our 1-car garage. You'll see here too, security system is already wired into most of these homes, which is really great. And then let's go back out here and check out our main living space. They again did the wood look tile floor, so it's very easy, very durable, simple to clean. And then we have our fireplace. They went with an accent, a really strong, bold accent tile, that kind of this deep, dark charcoal gray to surround that gas fireplace. Went ahead with the wood beams up top to give us a little bit more detail. And then that goes right into our kitchen and dining space. They continued the kind of the bluish gray, bluish charcoal, I would call it, cabinetry on the lower island. And then over here where the microwave, oven, and fridge go. And then went a little bit lighter on the back wall and went with that gray that sits right around with the pantry here as well. It's a great size walk-in pantry, so plenty of storage here, absolutely. And then they went with some nice crisp white countertops and a very light gray, crisp backsplash. And then their sink they put in the island here. So instead of gold fixtures that we saw in our last home, this is a lot of black accents, gray accents. They did kind of a matte black for their faucet, for their hardware in the kitchen. And then that leads us over into the dining room. They did kind of a statement piece. Again, the matte black with their lighting there. This one is already fenced in the backyard, probably because the homes like right around it are a little more complete. There's not construction right in the backyard anymore. So as you can see, there is some fencing. It does need it on one side here, but the back already has, you already have a neighbor that's put it up. Either the builder or the neighbor did, but good sized backyard, nice and flat. So nothing too wild out there. But let's go take a look at the primary suite. We have a very good sized primary bedroom and primary bathroom. They have the wood look tile all the way up to the bedroom here, and then they went ahead and switched to the gray carpet in the primary bedroom. And that goes right into our bathroom where we have a freestanding tub, the separate water closet, and this is very similar to that first house we saw where it has that big storage right in the middle, separating to the two vanities. Gives you a little bit of space from your spouse, you know, if you're like, hey, I need a little room in the morning while getting ready. And then they went very bold with their shower tile here. So this is kind of it's a dark and a moody shower. I kind of like it, but it's a very, very deep gray, almost black tile. Kind of cool, really gives it a really cool vibe, honestly. And then that brings us into our huge, very deep primary closet here. We have the third rack that goes all the way up to the ceiling. A lot of people ask me what would I do with racking that's way up at the ceiling. That's where I put my off-season clothes. I actually have them in my house, so in the springtime, I throw up all my winter jackets, coats, things that I would never wear in the summer, and then fall, I just swap it. So it's kind of like my twice a year swap that I do with my clothes, and it gives me a ton more space in like the working space that I actually use day to day. So that concludes our third home. As you can see, all three of these homes are under $500,000. So we're looking at more new construction that's gonna fit within your budget and be a little bit more affordable. This particular builder is a really great builder, and they actually do customs as well. So if we go through and kind of walk these and you're like, hey, I really don't like that, or I don't like this, they can tweak things and make it to your liking, or they can also just do a custom from the ground up too. And you can really mess with floor plans then and change things up a little bit. So lots of flexibility there, and still at a pretty decent budget, under $500,000. I hope this has been really helpful so you can see a little bit about what you can get in Oklahoma City at a very good budget, less than $500,000. It's something you cannot get in a lot of larger cities. So remember, my name is Katie Kuriakos. I am your Oklahoma City real estate expert. I help people day in and day out relocate to the Oklahoma City area. I get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you. So go down to the description. Remember to subscribe. All my contact information is down in that description for you to contact me. Whether it's tomorrow or months from now, I'm here to make your move to Oklahoma City everything you want it to be.